Good morning. 6:11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Pre-market futures action 9/28/2011. Let us not forget about this wonderful stock called Google on this 60-minute chart, and we're going to deal with that here and now. And one of the things that we're going to be telling the MMTs is that your 60-minute, you were peaking right here on the first 86.45%. When you got over to peak levels, such as different levels that are going to be over in here, you started to peak still up here in the 60-minute resistance and price action. Even though that they were narrow 60 minutes, there wasn't a lot of buyers here. However, in this 160-minute bar right here, coming down, is that we peaked right here at 91.90, Tina. So from looking at a standard technical analysis indicator, that's what your public would be viewing out there. Okay? And that also means that the price action was top down. We can't take this out, but look at how that's how overbought we were. Now, this particular one is still at 87%. Okay? And as far as a 10-minute period moving average, this is going to be in this column at 537.9. Of course, they'll change. But, and the 20-minute, well, that's over here at 530.07. And there's a 200-minute in there as well. And that's at 528.75 on this standard platform. Here we have a daily chart. Here we have a daily chart. And what we have right here was a percent DS reading of 81, but it was peaking. As it was peaking, you can see it was at 84, Tina, up here. And this is where we had the 3-day reversal to support areas down in here. Okay. Bingo. So this is the area now that what was the breakdown over here, where we broke down this trend line. It's testing that. So we're going to be watching the percent DS level at its current state is 49.70. Okay. It's not totally on sale as far as I'm concerned. I like them when they get to very rare opportunities, like when it was down there around that 470 handle. It was on a weekly like 3.5%. I mean, I had to load the farm. What we're going to be watching for is those readings on this daily level versus the 60-minute is where price action tops out and reverses, and the lower the number contracts. But your application, that'll do all that work for you because it's got all of this priced in. So stocks cannot get up above their 60-minute resistances there. That means, and what does it mean? Forget about the word resistance. There just isn't any buyers there. There just isn't any buyers here. And the short down trades on the put side of the market was the one that paid yesterday. So those are the percent GS readings. You're 87 here. Okay, and your point, let's see, 49.87 on the 60-minute CCI as well. Let us not forget that. Your range yesterday on the name in the VO in this column was $7.8. This whole area of movement. But it happened several times throughout the day. And by watching this support level here, if we start to get any 3-minute, here's the gap on it right here, 541.54, 539.34. Watching, I'm going to be looking at various different put options. Okay? So the thing about it is, if we don't hold this higher price And we don't see buyers coming in and breaking yesterday's highs now. We want to come over here now. Take a look at some of those highs. Here's one. Here's the first one right here. That was 546.58. All right. Then we made some other highs. See, then they started selling down right here, $5. Okay. So it came back down in here. And then we kind of peaked a little bit right in here at 547. But look at here. Problem is price action too narrow between the buyer and the seller. And there needed to be another new 60-minute buy bar, like something like this happening here, for it to continue to go higher. Instead, it was quite the opposite. It was the reversal. On the Google trade, here it is right now. We're going within 10 minutes of the opening bell. What has been happening here on a 60-minute, as I pointed out, once you have a narrow range on a 60-minute level between the weighted buyer and seller, you're automatically going to get that top-down short trade, and it all happens just like this. So once again, does the gap burn? It will be clear on the opening bell. You'll be ascending up toward 97 and 100 and remaining at those levels. That will be your verifier for the upside, and pulling back to 75 and 80. That will be all verified in the price action, should that be the case. The short side case will be you would be contracting at a very high rate in the negative side, so maybe you go down 1/2 delta real quickly on the opening bell, but it would be very clear because that number would be running in a negative value very quickly, and that would mean the seller has got control in the next 9 minutes on the opening bell.